Morning, all. It is Monday, December 4th, 2023. Last month of the year, guys. Last month of the year. 2024 is going to be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And as such, I feel I have to make this video today. And what am I going to talk about in this video today? Reality. Reality is a bitch. There is a meme or 3 or 4 or 10 running around that says what happens when the Americans who just wanted to be left alone finally rise up against tyranny. Well, guys, I have a bad feeling that nothing's going to happen. Because there's a reason why Americans, conservative Americans, Republican Americans, just want to be left alone. Is because those Americans have responsibilities. If you look demographically at, let's go with, a couple of years back when we had the Summer of Love. Multiple cities across the country burning, rioting, peaceful protesting. I am absolutely positively sure that %90 or more, if not nearly 100%, of every one of those persons was unemployed, underemployed, or a student. Why do I think this? And why am I, as a non-betting man, would I actually put money on that bet? I would go to Vegas and put money on that bet. Because, number one, those persons don't have responsibilities. They are parasiting off of family, society, or government. They have nothing else better to do and nothing to lose. Not to mention the whole psychological thing where you're dealing with young persons who are rebels without a cause, looking for a cause, and what 18 to 24-year-old wouldn't want to go into an area and light a dumpster fire, or, throw a chair through a window of a department store and, make off with, some Nike Jordans or, Motorola phones or something, or iPhones or whatever. Let's be honest and let's be real, guys. The reason the flag has not flown to stop this insanity is we've got, responsibilities. Now, there was an opportunity. January 6th. I am pretty sure that group of people who showed up at least for the Trump rally, most of those were probably working persons with a job, with a family, going to go try to be a part of history. The thing about a rally like the Trump rallies and stuff like that, those are one day, usually on the weekends, and they're local. Everybody, aside from the January 6th rally, who shows up to Trump rallies are local. Unfortunately, a civil unrest situation isn't going to be a weekend event. Tyranny won't fall in a weekend. Let's look at how long the Russia-Ukraine things happened. Let's look at the Israel-Gaza thing. Those aren't weekends. Let's turn back the hands of time, guys. Let's go back to the American Revolution. Post Tea Party. We are involved with a war on the homeland here, on American soil, with Great Britain, who's also being supplemented by French and Germanic troops. You know, if the legend is true that only 3% of colonists fought in the American Revolution, why was it only 3%? Was there only 3% of colonists were able-bodied men? No. Had all of the able-bodied men in America that wanted to be Americans fought for America, the American Revolution would have taken much less time. Unfortunately, according to the legend, only 3% of Americans had enough balls to leave their family, their spouses, their business, their farms, and go fight in some pretty shitty conditions and very meagerly funded. All the money, almost all the money that they had went to ammunition and powder and guns and cannons. You know, you got a pie. 3/4 of that pie went to armaments. Only 1/4 of it went to food. Clothing was, you didn't get a uniform. Some of them got a little bit of a uniform. But they were Minutemen, guys. They left with the clothes on their back, a gun in their hand, probably a knife, maybe a couple of powder horns, and some shot. And that's it, guys. They were in the military. May have had, a lunchbox full of, something, hardtack maybe, or something that they had around the house. Probably some jerky or something. And here's the ultimate rub of it all, guys. If the British moving through the land, found a farm with a, missing a husband of, fighting age. And it was just, a wife and kids there. They were fair game, guys. They rape the wives, steal all the food, take the farm animals, either slaughter them or move them off to another farm to where, they would be processed later. Grains, of course. You got to think about the time frame, guys. Everybody in America had a gun because there was really and truly, there was no real law enforcement. You protected your farm. You left to go fight for the country. And what happened? You left your wife, you left your kids. And I ain't saying you took all the guns. I'm sure they left the wife with a gun. But what's going to happen when, a regiment walks up on, the wife while she's milking the cow or feeding the chickens or, whatever. And you got, a bunch of rugrats, anywhere from 3 to 8 to 15 years old. The 15-year-old, if it's a boy, he may try to stand up to him and then just kill him. Then take what they want. Heaven forbid if you had, a house full of daughters. Oh my God, you might as well just, write that off. Those girls will be traumatized by the time. That was a harem. Might as well have been a brothel. So you join the military. We won. We beat the British. We won our freedom. You survived those crazy, terrible conditions. You got a nice, handshake from General Washington. Probably a bag of silver for your troubles. You go back, you hop on a train to go back home. You get to your town and everybody tells you, Bob, you don't want to go home, man. There's nothing left. There's nothing. You have no home. Then you walk up to your house and it's a smoldering husk. If it's even that. It's a ruin. It's a pile of ashes. And a couple of wooden crosses stuck in the ground with some freshly disturbed earth in front of it. Your family was killed because you did that. Let's turn that into today, guys. Who's going to leave their warm, cozy house, their Tempur-Pedic mattress, their football games on TV, their baseball games on TV, basketball games on TV. Who's going to leave home cooking? For MREs, a bedroll, and the possibility of death. We are a two-income society in America, thanks to World War II and economic changes. Your household is used to the comforts of two incomes. If you leave, you quit your job to go fight for our freedoms, what's going to happen to your family? They're going to run out of money. You know why? Because the bank is still going to come. The bills are still going to come. And if your significant other does not pay them, they will be forced out on their ear. And possibly if we win the war and you come home, it may not be a smoldering pile of ash that you pull up to. Maybe a home with locks changed, a new family living in there, or a foreclosure notice on the door, and no idea where your family is. Let's go, Brandon.